It is fun to do this at the park, though. Doing the show at the park is honestly relaxing. I get a nice little amount of sun, which honestly I need. Desperate for some sunshine. Let's see. Pro Gamer Pro asks, "Do you have an interest rate on deposit in your country?" So if I'm reading your question correctly, you're trying to ask me if you're just trying to ask if, like, for instance, if I can get like a 4% yield or something like that off of just putting my money into a savings account or like some sort of money market account. So me personally, there are some savings accounts that are total BS that don't give you anything as far as the yield, but there are like money market accounts, kind of like cash reserves, that are kind of nice. So I personally like to use Betterment. They have a nice little cash reserve where I could just straight up put my cash into it, and then they put the money into their partner banks, and then it's FDIC insured, which is kind of nice. And then at the moment I get like a 4% interest. Then that's bound to change. It is a variable interest rate depending on the Federal Reserve. That really matters. But yeah, you do get an interest rate here depending on where I'm not like super familiar because I'm not a big fan of savings accounts, but I do have a cash reserve account that does give me the 4%, so that's kind of nice. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Let's see. But yeah, Bitcoin eventually it crashes, just like anything. Anything that's a Ponzi scheme, obviously I'm here to bet against it, and proudly every time. Ooh. But yeah, let's see here. Yeah, 4% interest rate, which is kind of nice. I mean, like I use the cash reserve pretty much just as even though they technically say it's not a savings account, I use it as one. I use it as kind of it's a way for, like, if I have I've been trying to have at least a bare minimum of $3,000 to $4,000 in that price range in my checking account. But at the same time, I also like to make sure that I keep that in there just, to pay bills, basically. And then the cash reserve is pretty much there to, kind of accumulate over a little bit of time. And then whenever I feel like it, I could just kind of, so I could basically take the money out whenever I want out of the savings. As if I choose to, though. I may choose not to,